Have you ever felt like life is weighing you down with thoughts and feelings weaving like a tangled mess inside of your head? Maybe having ruminating thoughts continuously moving around and around like a hamster's wheel? Well, art therapy offers a gentle way to untangle those knots of thoughts in your head, helping you to find peace, release, and a fresh perspective. Imagine being able to express your emotions freely, even if words aren't enough. Whether you're an artist who hasn't touched a crayon since grade school or you love to paint every single day, come along as we explore how creativity can unlock a path to healing and growth. This introduction video is a part of a series of videos on the subject of art therapy where we're going to explore various practices that can help you process through emotions and untangle those complex thoughts in your head. So if you're ready, let's get creative and let's dive into this practice of art therapy. It's natural to face challenges in life. But what if we could reframe these struggles, these thoughts, and these worries into opportunities for growth? Art therapy can do just that. When you create, you're taking something internal inside your mind, body, and spirit, and maybe it's something painful or confusing. You're bringing it out into the open so that you can give it new perspective and you can continue to work through untangling all of those things that are weaved inside your mind. One of the most beautiful things about art therapy that I love is that it can turn your pain into purpose. It can create a story of that pain and from that pain. So, a story that no matter how broken it may seem, it can be a source of inspiration to others. By seeing your emotions as colors, lines, and shapes, you can start to see patterns and find connections and maybe even discover new ways of thinking about yourself and about your thoughts and about your situation and your experiences. God often uses our thoughts and our struggles and our experiences to make us stronger by sharing our journey and by allowing others to see the hope and healing that we found in the stories that we create through these experiences in therapy. God can also use this creative process to reveal strengths in you that you didn't even know you had, to bring out skills in you that you had no idea were buried inside. Just the simple act of untangling your thoughts and kind of working through all the emotions can bring out things in you that could be used in the next chapter in your life. So let's get practical. How can you start using art therapy in your own life? Here's a few easy steps for you to start. 1. Create a safe place. Set up a designated safe place in your house where you can work freely without interruptions. This could be a desk, a corner of a room, or even a portable art kit that you put on your bed with your cup of coffee or your cup of tea in the morning when you wake up. Number 2, start simple. You don't need fancy art supplies. Honestly, even crayons can be the most beautiful thing for you to use in expression. You could use markers, you can use pens, pencils, and whatever you have. Sometimes just doodling with pencils or pens can be a great way to start expressing how you feel. Number 3, set an intention. Before you begin, take a moment to reflect on what you're feeling. Are you stressed? Are you sad? Confused? Set an intention and sit in silence for a few moments as you breathe and you start this time of art therapy. For example, you can say, today I want to express my anxiety. Or today I want to create something that brings me joy. Whatever it is, set an intention for that moment. Don't try to tackle everything, just one thing. And number 4, and probably the most hard one, is to let go of perfection. As someone who loves art and loves creating art, perfection is probably the hardest thing to let go of. Because I want to simply make a beautiful art piece, but I know that in art therapy there are no rules. This is your space to create without worrying how it looks. Just focus on the process, not the end result. I'm going to lead you through a visualization exercise of exploring and drawing your emotions. So grab your art supplies and let's get started. Remember, art supplies can be anything from crayons to markers, pencils, clay, or paint. We'll reflect on what we've created after we practice art therapy. Find a comfortable position, whether lying or sitting down. Take a few moments to allow your body to relax. Take a moment to imagine a place that brings you peace and tranquility. It could be a beach, a forest, a mountain, or any location that feels serene. Notice the sights, the sounds, the smells, the textures of this place. Feel the warmth of the sun, the cool breeze, or the soft sand beneath your feet. How does this place make you feel? Notice any emotions that arise as you visualize the scene. Now take some time to open your eyes if your eyes are closed and begin drawing whatever comes to your mind. Don't worry about creating a perfect image. Just let your hand move freely. As you draw, pay attention to your emotions. Are you feeling calm? Are you feeling happy, sad, or something else? Allow your emotions to guide your strokes. There's no judgment right now. Just draw. There's no wrong ways. Just express yourself freely without judgment. I'll give you a few minutes to keep drawing before we begin the time of reflection. You can stop your drawing at any time, or if you need more time, pause the video and come back to it when you are done. Remember to let your hand move freely and don't get caught up in the details. Just let the drawing flow and allow yourself to be free. How was that experience for you? If you still need a little bit more time, pause this video and come back to it at the end, because we're going to do a little bit of a reflection of what your drawing may mean in this moment. If you've done and you're finished with this drawing, then I hope that your time was a time of peace and allowed you to take a little bit of your thoughts, maybe one emotion, and to express it on your piece of paper. Now, don't try to tackle all of them at once. I've done that, and that is not helpful and not good. But just try one. The practice of art therapy is untangling one string at a time until we can untangle all of them. So if you're feeling a multitude of emotions, choose one. Maybe it's anxiety, maybe it's anger, but choose one and express that on the piece of paper. You can go back and you can do a new one with the different emotion. Now, as you reflect on it, what does it represent to you? Take a piece of paper or some post-it notes or something that you can write down these notes to the questions that I'm about to share. How do you feel after this exercise? What does this drawing or this expression of art bring up in you? What colors did you use? What objects or images did you use that provide clues into maybe what your mind is thinking right now or what you're trying to express with your emotions? A few things to look for in your art are: one, identify color and emotions and shape in your artwork. Look at the colors and shapes and lines that you use. Ask yourself, what emotions do these evoke? Sometimes bold colors and sharp lines can represent intensity or conflict, while softer colors and curves may suggest peace and comfort. Recognize the feelings behind the choices that you made in the drawing, and it can provide clarity to unspoken emotions or things that are going on inside your heart. What symbols did you put on your piece of paper? Notice the symbols and the images or the patterns and how they appear on your paper. What does this represent in my life? For example, a road could symbolize a journey that you're on. A heart could symbolize love, or a broken heart could symbolize loss. A storm could symbolize struggle, and even a sunshine could symbolize something like a new birth. These symbols may have hidden thoughts or emotions in them, so take time to write down what you think these symbols and these images and these lines and shapes, what they mean and how they connect to your personal situation right now. Reflect on the entire process, not just the product, not just one symbol that's in there. Think about how you felt during the creation process. Was it calming, frustrating, or freeing? The feelings experienced while creating sometimes reveal more than the finished product itself. Consider whether you felt a sense of release or resistance. This may connect you to the emotions that you might be processing or need to process right now. The next one is consider changes over time. If you make art regularly, compare pieces to see how your themes and your colors and your intensity evolve over time. How have your expressions or emotions changed? This can reveal growth, healing, and reoccurring ideas and thoughts that may need some attention right now. Write a journal and a reflection entry. After completing your art, write about the experience. Describe the piece and what it represents to you, any emotions that it brings up, and how it makes you feel. Journaling can be a wonderful practice to help process complex thoughts. And oftentimes, if you do multiple pieces, it can help to connect and look at patterns between the pieces that may actually signify emotions or things that you might need to work on that are actually linked together. And it can bring wonderful insight that just visual art cannot bring alone. And when you write in this journal, you can use those two pieces that you may have done and you can connect the dots and write down what you might need to work on and what is coming up in that moment. Notice patterns in detail. Pay attention to the details, the textures, the repetition, the empty space that you have. Ask, what does this reveal about what I might be holding back or emphasizing? Repetitive shapes might represent something constantly on your mind, while empty spaces could indicate a desire for rest and clarity. Is seeking the deeper message of your art. Sometimes looking at the art, it can actually reveal a larger narrative that you're feeling in your life. Ask yourself, is this artwork, and if it could speak, what would it say? Imagine the piece as a conversation with your inner self and what advice you might offer. You might finish this part off with writing a letter to yourself, a letter of encouragement for how far you've come in this season and where you're wanting to go. And in some ways, you can write a letter of prayer to God about the season, asking Him to help guide you through each and every moment and to help you untangle the thoughts in your head. Another helpful thing that you can do is use guided reflection questions. Here are some helpful questions that you can ask while you're looking over your artwork or journaling. What emotions are most present in this piece? What aspects of the artwork surprise me? What does any part of this piece feel unfinished? And what might that represent? What could I change in this artwork and why? Writing down these notes in a journal or on a piece of paper or post-it notes, this can help you understand and process your empty feelings more deeply and more thoroughly. And if you want to seek guidance with interpreting your artwork, please do so. If you find it difficult to process certain emotions on your own, consider seeking help from a certified art therapist. They can guide you through the creative process and help you discover deeper insights. There's also a multitude of resources on how to reflect on your artwork, on the art therapy work that you do, and to find out how shapes, emotions, and colors can continue to reveal what's going on in your mind, your heart, your body, and your spirit. You are capable of expressing your emotions creatively because you are an artist. It doesn't matter that you may have not picked up a crayon until 2 seconds ago, but you are an artist. And you are someone who has a wonderful life ahead. Allow God to lead that and continue to practice this art therapy and this reflection journal activity as a way to continue to grow in your understanding of who you are, how you're made, and even help to untangle some of those thoughts in your head. I hope that was helpful to give you a little taste of what art therapy can be. It honestly is the most freeing and wonderful of creative practices that can help you untangle thoughts and emotions in your head and help you to remember that these seasons in life are temporary. Your tangled thoughts in your head, the suffering and the difficulties you're experiencing, it won't last forever. Art therapy is one way to help you stay grounded and hopeful, but it's also essential to lean on your faith. Remember that God is with you even in the darkest of times. He's shaping you and He's refining you and preparing for you what's next. Use creativity as a tool to express your emotions, but also take time to pray and meditate on His promises found in the Bible. And if you continue to create, you'll find that each piece brings a little bit more light into your world and helps you to move forward with confidence and with peace. I hope this video has inspired you to explore the healing power of art therapy. If you have any topics, Bible themes, or studies that you would like me to cover on this channel, please send me your thoughts. But most of all, I want you to remember you are loved. So let's be the beloved, let's live as the beloved, and let's radiate God's love everywhere we go.